from. It is called Their Walls. The city wall, and this is at the other end of the site. This is the southern end of the site. And you can see this is Ginger. She's a student at the University of Chicago, and she's about 5'7", 5'8". And where she's pointing at, okay, is a stamped mud brick. Right here, you can see one of the stamps. We have stamps from two high priests of Amun, a man named Menkaper and a man named Teudjoi. One of them has his wife on the stamps with him too. He's at Emka. So the two of them together. Teudjoi is earlier and his is lower. Okay? Now, these people actually, what happens after the New Kingdom, after Tut, after all those guys, in the Third Intermediate Period, the country splits into two parts. The north is ruled by a king, and the south is ruled by the high priests of Amun from their center at Karnak, okay, down at Luxor. So Hibeh is supposed to be the northernmost border of the territory controlled by the high priests of Amun. It gets a little bit complicated. Just to give you an example, I teach an introductory class at Berkeley, and one of my students answered a question on the Third Intermediate Period thus. The Third Intermediate Period is a time of great confusion for the ancient Egyptians, and also for me. So it is something that is, it's very difficult for scholars to untangle, and if I sound, I'm trying to make it fairly simple to understand, but it's actually, there's a lot going on and it's fairly complex. But the basic thing is the country splits. It's ruled by priests in the south and a king in the north. So, back up just a second. So this wall was built by some of the earliest of these high priests who took power. Yeah.
But was it built all at once, or was it like expanded on? Because if there are two, maybe the...
That's right. It's a good question. It was built by two high priests that succeeded each other. So evidently one of them started it and the other one finished it. And it's likely that other parts of the site were built even after that. Okay, that's one of the things that we have to try and figure out. And that can be a little tricky.
Can you guesstimate how tall or how wide this wall originally was? Again, it varied. The big wall that I showed you, that big, huge, massive northern wall, that's probably about 200 years later than this one. Guess at the moment, but hopefully we'll be able to establish that. This one, actually I don't know how high this one is. It's not as big and massive as the other one was. It was probably, let's see, 12 meters, 14 meters or more, and probably maybe 4 or 5 meters wide. It's a substantial wall. It's a city wall. It's protecting the city.